Okay, what are you saying, people, and welcome back to another live stream. Now, I hope all of you are having a good day, good week so far. Welcome back to the stream. Like always, guys, if there's any pairs that you want me to take a look at, feel free to share it in the chat. Or if you're in any trades as well, feel free to share as well. Take a look at it together, see what opportunities we can find in the markets. But whilst you're at it, make sure you go check out my Telegram channel. Left a link to that in the chat and in the description below. Feel free to check that out. Post different trading setups there throughout the week. So yeah, if you don't want to miss out on any trading setups, make sure you go check that out. But like always, guys, now the stream for you. I'm going to start with Euro USD. So for this pair, we did see some nice downside coming from yesterday. Pretty much as soon as I ended the stream yesterday, we saw some nice downside there. We pushed the upside. I was talking about this level here. If I just go to the daily chart real quick, I was talking about this level here on the daily that price could come into and have a reaction from. And we've kind of just missed that area. We have pushed into a nice area of supply, which is like these dojis over there. If you just take that across, these dojis over there. So we tapped into that area of supply, didn't quite tap into that level, just above it, but we had a strong reaction to the downside. The market is still overall bullish here for Euro USD. You can see that in the 4H time frame. Hourly time frame had a nice reaction there. Haven't really taken out any significant lows, so we are still bullish, not quite bullish, but we are still bullish on Euro USD. You could in fact have another push to the upside back into these highs, which would be a great trading opportunity if that does happen. Come back into it, maybe tap into that level there on the daily and give us a bit of a double top there, and then potentially could be some nice sales coming back down again for Euro USD. So I'm still looking for sales. Like I said yesterday, not really interested in buying the pair. Although the pair could still move higher, I'm just not interested in being a part of that move. I'm more focusing on the bearish move and taking it to the downside for Euro USD. But we've had quite a move up. I'm looking for at least some retracement, at least for price to come back into kind of this area here. As you can see, we held that support really nicely before a big push up. And this is also where the fundamentals came in last Friday. So yeah, I'm looking for a push back down to here. We're on the 1.17500 area. But yeah, it's just still a little bit too bullish for me and for my likings. Maybe if you can get one more drive up, double top, come back down, that could be a really nice opportunity. You can see for Euro JPY, similar pair to Euro USD. You know, this pair really did continue to the upside. We saw a nice reaction to the downside there. At the same time as Euro USD, these two big bearish candles there. Euro USD saw those two big bearish candles. However, you can see Euro USD is pretty much moved sideways, whereas Euro JPY really started to push up. So obviously the Japanese yen was a lot weaker than the US dollar. So a big push to the upside there for Euro JPY. Again, we were talking about this level here on the daily yesterday, saying potentially might have a reaction from this level. We did. And today, looks like we're getting a heads above that level. But of course, we've still got 11 hours left. Well, 11 hours 42 minutes to be exact left before that daily candle does close. So a lot of trading will happen in that time. We could push on, or we could pull back and give us another daily closure below that level. The candle's looking quite bullish already, but I do think we can see some downside here for Euro JPY. And like I said, for Euro USD as well. But yeah, it's just still too bullish here. There's no real insight in selling this pair. You can see the structure is still bullish, higher highs, higher lows, higher highs, higher lows. So once we get some lower lows and lower highs forming, it could be looking good for some shorts, because they're a really nice area for Euro JPY, except the price action isn't there with it. So really good area to short Euro JPY, but there's just the price action is not there. So just waiting on that second aspect, and then some good shorts could be coming in. Euro USD maybe might be getting a bit of a head and shoulders here potentially. If we can hold this resistance, break of that neckline there, and see some downside, that could be on the cards for Euro JPY and Euro USD, sorry, back into this area here, 1.17500. So price doesn't have to push up. It could potentially do that as well, which could be a really nice opportunity. Preferably I would like it to push up, but if it does that, that still will be a good opportunity to get in short for Euro USD. So yeah, looking for those opportunities. Right now it could push onto the upside, and like I said, if it does that, we'll be looking for shorts up there. But yeah, not too interested in price action here for Euro USD. It's looking a little bit too bullish for me, and it might push to the upside. You see the DXY, we did see a nice spike to the downside and price push back up again. So that did have an impact on Euro USD. And we were looking yesterday at the stream at this level here. And I was saying if we do break through this, we'll probably move down to go and test the daily trend line. So we'll just jump to the daily quickly. You can see we've got this daily trend line here running through the market. And I said we potentially could come back and retest this because we have 1, 2, we just create a higher high. We could be coming back for that third test of the trend line, either to break through it or have another bounce to the upside. But I did say we do need to see a break of this support here, and we had a bit of a fake out there with that wick around 12. We had a nice fake out there to the downside before price did pull back up and closed quite bullish there. So we have a fake out to the downside, again a lot of liquidity just below that low, taking out those stop losses, big push up, and helped Euro USD dump, helped a lot of those USD pairs dump to the downside. You can see pound USD as well had a bit of reaction. Pound USD actually looks a lot better than Euro USD in my opinion. Want to see a little bit more upside for it. If we can come back into this level, that would be great, because then we have a really nice potential head and shoulders coming on in there. Coming back into that, retest that from the right shoulder, and we could be looking at a nice move back down into this area here, 1.37, nice psychological level, because we tapped into 1.38 yesterday, yesterday tapped into 1.38, so now I do expect to move back down into 1.37. We could actually get the move from here, to be fair, because it looks like it's failing to break through that resistance. So we're jumping the lower time frames. It looks like we are looking quite bearish there, so maybe if we can keep that price action up, stay underneath this level, form a nice little high, then the 50-minute potentially could be some nice sales to the downside. If it does go back up and break through this level, then yeah, the head and shoulders on that hourly time frame looks like it could be a nice opportunity. But if we can stay below that resistance, then yeah, we might just fall to the downside for Euro USD. But we do need to see some strength in the DXY for that to happen, of course. It really looks like pound is already weak across most pairs. If we look at pound AUD, big push down, pound CAD, big push down, pound CHF. Well, CHF is quite weak, so we actually pushed up with that one. But we are seeing some weakness in the pound, also a lot of weakness in the JPY as well. Hence why we did see a lot of the JPY pairs push to the upside. Like I just showed you, Euro JPY, big move up, CAD JPY, big move up, massive move up. CHF JPY, big move up there as well. Pound JPY, another big move up. So we definitely are seeing some weakness in the Japanese yen. And again, for these pairs, I'm looking to get involved in some sales, but you can see price is still trying to pump to the upside. So it's definitely important for me to recognize, when's the best time to sell or when's the best time to sit on my hands. And right now is definitely the best time to sit on my hands with these pairs anyway, because we are really pushing to the upside. And like I said on my analysis yesterday on my stream, that like a pair like CAD JPY, we had a massive dump to the downside here, where we saw a nice bullish candle there, price dumped with consecutive bearish candles until here, and now we've broken through that. Potentially price might even come up and retest this area here, because that was our last support before that big dump. And we have all of that price action that price might want to go and fill. So I potentially can see a lot more upside back up to 88 before CAD JPY decides to sell off. So again, if that's the case, I don't want to get into the trade too early. Of course, that doesn't have to happen. We could sell off from literally anywhere. We could sell off from here to the downside. So I will be on my toes, ready for that. But I do, recognize that we could be seeing a lot more upside if CAD JPY does want to push up, and it's still quite bullish now. I know we're seeing some nice bearish candles there, but we need to see a lot more than that. Don't know that for you, because yesterday we had some nice bearish candles right over here. Those two big bearish candles there. It did look like CAD JPY was going to come down. I was getting ready for some sales as well on the retrace, because we did break through this trend line here as well. We broke through this trend line here, so I was waiting for price to come back, retest that and see it move to the downside. Saw a slight retest, but not much, strength of that bearish candle there, and then price just continued to the upside overnight. So it's good waiting for that opportunity, wait for the break and retest. Wait for that added confirmation before just jumping on those big bearish candles there, unless you caught it right at the top, waiting for that retrace to happen and then getting the move. As you can see, the retrace did happen, but the follow through didn't come through, and price just continued to the upside. So it's very important waiting for those confirmations, and yeah, striking at the right time, because getting in too early can be a big problem if you keep doing that over and over again. So yeah, CAD JPY is definitely a pair I'm looking at for shorts. Yeah, I just need a lot more from that pair. We've really broken through this level, so maybe if this is a false break and we just run to the upside, just stop people out. I do expect to see a big push to the downside, something like that, big push to the downside, then we can get back in some retrace, and then take the follow through to the downside. Because if this is coming down, we're probably coming down to these lows there, maybe even further as well. So there's a nice risk toward there for CAD JPY. But like I said, this is a false breakout. I really want to see price really run to the downside first, and then we can get back in the pullbacks. Pound JPY, another pair that ran to the upside again, still pushing up, higher high, higher low, pushed up, respected that support, pushed up, formed a higher low, pushed up again. So again, the market is still bullish for me. The way I trade, there's no real sign to get involved in any shorts there yet. And you can still see we're quite bullish right now as well. And similar to CAD JPY, we do have a lot of candles here where price might want to go and retrace. We do have kind of this area there, nice area of supply just above here, price could tap into. We also got some nice support over there, long-term resistance, price might want to come into 152,600. So there's multiple areas where these JPY pairs could go, because we've had such a substantial fall to the downside in the recent weeks. Price can retrace a lot of that. If I get a fib out, you can see we've only just hit the 0.618. We potentially could go 0.786 up there. So yeah, there is room to the upside. So again, don't get in too early. And of course, I could just be wrong. We could be just really be heading to the upside and reversing trend. And if that's the case, I'll wait for my sign to say, yeah, we reversed. Then I'll wait for some buying opportunities later on. So nothing to rush there. But yeah, pound JPY looking still very bullish there. Used JPY, big push to the upside. I was very moved to the downside. We did see a nice move. However, we failed to break through this support here in the 4H. Found the double bottom there, and looks like we're just taking out that resistance here. So yeah, it looks like used JPY is turning bullish here, or slowly turning bullish here. And I think we'll probably see another move back into this resistance here. Whether we break it or not, I'm not too sure, because we could still come back down. We did see a really nice momentum there, and I wouldn't say price is completely done that yet. We pushed back into this area of supply. We could just tap into that and have a big sell-off to the downside. That could be the case. Could this just be the impulse, retracement, impulse back down again? So that is definitely on the cards there. So I'll see what happens there. If you do get a strong reaction, again, just getting in that pullback, right into the downside. But like I said, there's not much there. We're just taking out that resistance. We'll see how USD reacts to that, and most importantly, see how the DXY reacts, whether we hold this as support and continue, or do we lead to the downside again. And like I said, potentially have a test of that trend line down there, because if we do have that, then we'll probably see a lot more weakness in the dollar. A lot more weakness in the dollar, which means that Euro USD, Pound USD, AUD USD, USD CAD will move down, while the other pairs will move to the upside. So again, it's a good instrument to use to determine your bias coming into the USD pairs. I do use the DXY quite a lot, and USD CAD is another pair on my watch list as well, because we could be seeing a move to the upside. Again, we are holding into this trend line. I did say yesterday, if we can hold onto this trend line, that will be great. And I will be looking for buying opportunities for USD CAD if we can hold on to it. And as you can see, we had a nice reaction to the upside, essentially holding onto that trend line, and also holding onto this area of previous resistance now turned support, as you can see all across here. resistance. Now flip to support, nice area again, 1.26 I believe as well, so nice psychological area as well. So we've got the trend line and the support and resistance confluence, and now we're just waiting for that confirmation. As you can see, we've had 1, 2, 3, 4, potentially 5 attempts to try and break through this area, and we've failed to do so. So I am looking for those buying opportunities here for USD CAD. We are seeing some nice momentum there to the upside. On the 15 minute, that's the 10 minute. If you're on the 15 minute as well, seeing some nice momentum. So maybe you can go form a higher low. That will be good. And yeah, I think buys will be looking good for USD CAD. Obviously, we do need to see some strength in the US dollar, which I do believe can happen. And if that does hold that, I do expect to see a move back up into that resistance, and again maybe even further as well. But I will be looking at USD CAD for some potential buys. It does look good. Also Eurocad is another pair that I'm looking at for some buys again. We have recently just come right back into that support just about, and I think we can see some nice buying opportunities. So for this one as well, I'm looking for price to form that higher low and then take that to the upside as well. So kind of expecting some CAD weakness, not fundamentally, not because of fundamental reasons, but from what I'm seeing over my technical analysis, I'm seeing NZD CAD go up, AUD CAD go up, USD CAD potentially go up, Eurocad potentially go up as well. So if all those pairs going up, then we have to see some CAD weakness, don't we, to come into the market. So that's why I'm also looking at CAD JPY for potential sells, because you know, just meeting in alignment with my analysis. And if it does come into play, CAD JPY does have a lot of distance to the downside as well. You know, we've got these lows down there, we've got this support down there, price might want to come into. So you know, as a swing trader, CAD JPY is looking good for some swings to the downside. But yeah, just definitely staying ready and getting ready for those moves. But yeah, Eurocad, we are seeing some nice momentum. USD CAD as well, nice momentum coming in. And if we can hold on to those areas, I will be looking for buying opportunities. I was looking for buys for NZD CAD, but I did miss this trade. I was waiting for a slightly deeper retracement that happened. As you can see, I was looking at this level here, had a nice double bottom there. Looking for another retest of that area. I think we opened around here for NZD CAD, or maybe around there. So I was looking for price to come back into here and then push on, but you know, we didn't really come that far. We came only to there to push on. So correct bias, but yeah, you just didn't come back to the right area, which happens sometimes. And as you can see, we are still looking bullish. So maybe if NZD CAD can come back down again, that'll be a nice opportunity to get back involved. But overall, I think NZD CAD is likely to take out this high here with that wick and probably push on to 0.9 all the way up there. So I can see a lot more downside, not downside, a lot more upside for NZD CAD. And yeah, I really see price push on. So definitely a pair I will be looking at if we can get some pullbacks in. Hey Chia, how are you doing? Welcome to the stream. Hope you're doing well. Again, any pairs you guys are looking at, feel free to leave it down in the chat. We'll take a look at it for you. It doesn't matter if I've already looked at the pair or, you know, it's on your watch list. Feel free to share. We'll take a look at it together, because I might miss some opportunities as well, guys. So you know, feel free to share with me in the chat. But yeah, glad to see all of you guys here. And whilst you're at it, maybe leave a like on the video if you guys are enjoying it as well. Or subscribe to the channel if you haven't already. So all of that is much appreciated and does help the channel out as well. So thanks in advance. But yeah, the main pairs I'm looking at today. Euro USD for sells. I'm still looking for this one for sells. Still got that sell bias, like I said earlier. A push up to here, double top will be looking good. If we can get some similar momentum like that, that would be great. And I can see a push back down into the 1.17500 area, which is that area just below us there. So looking for shorts for Euro USD, Pound USD, another one I'm looking for as well. Potential head and shoulder on the cards if you can push up into there. Sell it back down again, that would be nice as well. Euro USD, yeah, so like I said with Euro USD, I'm seeing more downside for this pair, but yeah, I just don't like the structure. It's still quite bullish here. We're still forming those higher highs and higher lows, and I want to see price start forming a lower high first, or break through some structure before I do get involved. A push to the upside and potentially a double top could be good because we still do have my level intact there. If I go onto the 4-hour time frame, zoom out, you can see we still got this level running through here, which I'm still looking to short at. Yesterday we came close to testing that level, kind of just missed it, so I think potentially price might want to push up, retest that level potentially, or test it for the first time because it just missed it there. And then yeah, sell off from there. So I'm looking for the double top there for Euro USD, so you can get another push. But then also I'm also looking at potentially a head and shoulders here as well. If you can break through that trend line, left shoulder, head, right shoulder, so kind of irregular head and shoulders here. Yeah, because it's not really flat, but yeah, kind of that head and shoulders there. Maybe a break of that trend line and a push to that downside will look good as well. But either which way, I'm looking to sell Euro USD, either for another run up or if we run down to the downside. So yeah, Euro USD more shorts, could push up again because we are looking quite bullish, and if we do back up to there, we'll be looking at that double top. But if we come down, break through that neckline there, then I will be looking for shorts. But right now we are seeing a little bit of momentum to the upside there. So yeah, we'll find out when these candles close and the Forex candle closes, but it's looking like Euro USD is still bullish. But like I said, I've still got that sell bias, still looking for sell opportunities, so not really bothered with the buys. We'll let it go. If it wants to fly to the moon, it can fly to the moon. I'll be there at the moon to short it back down again, and then I'll just be waiting for that opportunity. Euro JPY as well, coming into that key level. We had a nice reaction yesterday from this level here. As you can see, nice reaction there. There's two bearish candles. We had the pretty much same time as well. Euro USD had those two bearish candles as well. But yeah, we were breaking through that level in the hourly. It's a daily level we're looking at, so we can't really judge it too much from the hourly and the 4-hourly, more daily candles because it's a daily level. So we still got, like I said before, we still got over 11 hours left before this daily candle closes. So yeah, we could pull back, we could push forward, of course, but we could pull back and hold that level intact. And if that's the case, I do see some nice shorts to the downside for Euro JPY. Really not interested in buying it. I think some shorts do look good, and like I said, targets won't be too aggressive. I can see a push to the downside here, maybe back into this level here as well. Maybe those two can be the two targets. I wouldn't push all the way down to those lows, even though we are, still bearish on the higher time frames. But I think, one of these two levels do look good to target for Euro JPY. So yeah, if we can see some downside here, pull back by the end of the day, that would be great. And yeah, I will be looking for shorts for Euro JPY. But like I said previously, it's just still a little bit too bullish. Yeah, still a little bit too bullish for me. If I'm going the 50-minute as well, still a little bit too bullish there, still creating higher highs and higher lows, but it is a pair I'm looking to short. I prefer Euro USD at this moment in time because I can see a bit more downside to that one. But yeah, if Euro JPY start looking bearish, then yeah, we'll be looking to get involved. But yeah, Euro USD and Euro JPY is still a little bit too bullish for me to get into trades right now. But for both of them, I'm looking for shorts for both of them. Same thing for pound JPY as well. Pound JPY is having a slightly better reaction, but they are still quite bullish. We're on the daily time frame for this one, still trying to push up. If you look at the daily for pound JPY, we potentially could see a lot more upside for this pair. We had resistance here before we fell to the downside. No, we didn't actually make new lows as well. We didn't make new lows. That's an important thing to note as well. But yeah, we had this massive move to the downside there. For pound JPY, so we could actually, there's nothing stopping it, price pushing all the way back up into this resistance, and then maybe having another sell-off, or maybe a bit more, maybe 152,500 before selling off. So we can have a lot more upside for these JPY pairs if it wishes to do so. And the important thing is just not trying to get in too early, not trying to rush things, really waiting for that optimal point to short the pair, or look to buy the pair if you want to do so, because I do understand some people might want to look to buy this, and why not? It is still looking quite bullish. Do have a bit of a trend line going there. If there's wicks, maybe if you come back into that, respect that could be a nice buying point as well. We have broke through that resistance, so that will be acting as support as well. So kind of got a nice area of confluence there. You could look to chip into some buys. Me personally, I'm a swing trader as well, so I'm looking for those sells. I'm not saying you can't swing the pair up, but because of the higher time frames, the daily and the weekly, this is a bearish market. So ideally, I want to be looking for sells rather than buys, even if I think the pair might go up a little bit further. Yeah, I'm just looking for those sells. I want to stay in that overall direction, and if it changes, then I'll change my bias and look for swings to the upside. But yeah, still looking quite bullish for a lot of these JPY pairs: Euro JPY, Pound JPY, CAD JPY, another pair that had a big push to the upside as well, as you can see. So yeah, waiting for a lot of these pairs to give better opportunities. CAD JPY was definitely a pair that I had my eye on coming into this morning into the live stream, because we did have a really nice break of this trend line here. So I was waiting for that retest in the morning, and I was hoping the pair was going to drop without me, but you can see that actually the exact opposite happened, and it pumped to the upside. So it goes to show that the markets really do whatever they like, because I know a lot of people would have been getting involved in some shorts here. I was looking to get involved in some shorts, but yeah, overnight it just pushed to the upside. When I woke up in the morning, price was trading around here. So yeah, there's nothing there for CAD JPY, but this could be a false breakout. We have a strong close there on the 4H candle. You could see the next 4H candle come all the way back down, close right back below, which is a nice textbook false break. And if that's the case, we scale into the lower time frames and ride that to the downside. But we'll wait and see. We'll wait and see what opportunities we get. We've seen a lot of strength in the Aussie dollar and the New Zealand dollar. Aussie dollar in particular, as you can see, a nice push to the upside. You've seen some really nice movement to the upside for AU. If you got involved in some buys last week, really could be milking this move here to the upside. But it is running out of steam. When we do see kind of steep pullbacks, it is an indication that AU is running out of steam. So I'm getting ready for those sells. If you can have push through, break through that low there, that'll be great, and then take it down again or something like that, or price was to push up, respect that resistance again, and then can take it down, something like that. We'll be looking for that type of setup there for AU. But because we are seeing these steep pullbacks starting to come back into play and happen consecutively quite quickly as well, so pullback there, big push up, pullback straight again, push up, another strong bearish candle coming in. So it is giving us a sign that AU is running out of strength to the upside. If we're going this on the daily real quick, you can see we're still hanging on to this support term resistance. So we've got support there, now it's time resistant. Yesterday we respected it nicely with that wick to the upside, so a nice pump, and then we dropped to the downside before that daily candle closure. And today we're just about trading above it, but like I said, we still got 11 hours left. So this candle here that's looking bullish today could flip and actually close bearish as a shooting star or a pin bar. So yeah, a lot can happen in 11 hours of trading. And like I said, today we do have a lot of news events coming out later today. If I just go and check the news quickly again, just confirm things, because I'm not too sure. I know we have a lot of Euro news potentially could be coming out as well. So yeah. We do have, we've had a lot of Euro news come out recently. We've got some USD news coming out at 1:15. Wait, let me check that. Yeah, 1:15. We got some news coming out. High impact employment change there for US dollar. We've got some manufacturing PMI for the US dollar as well at 245, and we've got some manufacturing PMI for CAD at 230 as well. And later on the day at 3 o'clock, we've got some more news for US dollar as well. So we can expect to see some volatility on US dollar, CAD as well, potentially. These are all high impact news as well. So yeah, we can be expecting to see something happening later in the day, especially when we have big candles already this morning. They tend to either pull back a lot or maybe keep that momentum going throughout the day. So we'll see what happens there. Like I said, I'd like to get involved into trades just before the news, not just before, like 2 minutes before. I mean like a good hour or 2 hours before the news, So if I can get a trade, you know, within the next hour or so, or couple hours, you know, max, I'll look to get in. But yeah, if not, I'll wait for the news to happen, and then I'll wait for the news to happen and just get involved after, you know, reanalyze the stuff, and just get involved after the news and just miss all of that out. What website do I use myfxbook.com to check. You can also use Forex Factory as well. They're probably just as good. Forex Factory might be a little bit better, actually, to be fair, because it gives you a nice breakdown of what the news actually means. But yeah, I just use my FX book because it's nice and quick. But Forex Factory as well is a good one to use. So you know, either which one, you can check them both out. But yeah, myfxbook.com or forexfactory.com. Yeah, but AU is looking good. So again, guys, if I do get some opportunities this week, I will let you guys know in the Telegram. So if I do get an opportunity, a trading opportunity, I'll post it in the Telegram. So if you haven't checked that out, feel free to go do so. Link to it in the chat and also my description down below. NZD/USD, similar thing here as well, but NZD/USD is slightly better than AU because we hadn't had a massive push up. Prices kind of rallied up a little bit, but now, you know, having a strong reaction to the downside. So looks like price is respecting this resistance here quite nicely there. So potentially we could be looking at some sells here coming in later today, depending on what the news does. But we could be seeing some nice sells coming in. Again, like I said, for NZD/USD, you know, we're coming into very key areas on the daily. We had a nice reaction from this level yesterday, so you know, a lot of resistance here, a lot of wicks. We had a nice reaction there, price pulled back, and we're coming back into that same area. So I'm expecting that reaction to keep up. I'm not expecting, we can break through this level, of course, if price wants to do so. But you know, as a bear in this market, I'm looking for those signs to short and get into some moves. And as for targets, I think we could see a move back into these lows here. Like I said, potentially a retest of this level here as well, so maybe a little bit deeper. But any which way, we'll be looking to short NZD/USD back down into those lows. If we do push up for another time, again, still waiting for those shorts. And yeah, looking at this 0.7 mark, nice psychological level there as well. So NZD/USD back down to 0.7. Not yet though, but it could be coming up soon. Like I said, USD/CAD, another pair. I'm looking at some buys here. Nice reaction from that support there in that trend line. If you can hold on to that, push on, form a nice higher low, could be taking that to the upside. USD/CHF, a little bit dodgy this pair, not gonna lie. It's into some nice resistance, but I just don't like it. And I think it's a bit too early for me to sell. I wouldn't sell it personally. I mean, that is a nice bearish candle, I have to admit, to be fair, with that momentum. Yeah, I just don't like how it's taken out all these highs here. It potentially could just be grabbing liquidity above these highs and then fall into the downside, especially with that momentum there. That normally does mean that liquidity is grabbed when you really see price push down. So yeah, I mean, it does look good to sell. I wouldn't do it personally, but it does look good to sell because it really is respecting that resistance there. If that is a liquidity grab, we really should see some momentum coming back down again. Because that potentially could be a double top there, so 1-2, and is that a really nice area there on the daily. So yeah, it does look good. I'll probably be waiting for price to pull back up one more time and give me another lower high, just because I don't like it's taking out those levels. But with that momentum, that normally does give me a strong sign that it is a false breakout, and that we could be pushing to the downside. So yeah, you can look to sell that. Nothing too much wrong with that. Just hope we can see more strength in the DXY, but it looks like NZD is quite weak now already, to be fair. NZD/CAD, NZD/CHF, NZD/USD, So yeah, it looks like we're seeing NZD weakness across the board pretty much. So yeah, potentially could be a nice push. Um, I see DXY on TradingView. If you just type DXY into here, and yeah, click the top one pretty much, then yeah, you got the DXY there. It's just basically the dollar index. It shows you the strength of the US dollar, and yeah, it's a good tool to use to identify whether we're going to see some weakness in the dollar or strength in the dollar. And it's pretty much Euro USD inverted, to be fair, or Euro USD is this inverted. They're quite similar. So yeah, it's a good indication of where price could go for the DXY, and also it's really nice to trade with alongside Euro USD as well. So yeah, I do use it a lot for US dollar and especially Euro USD as well. Try to trade them when they're both in sync, because it normally means the highest probability of that trade working when they're both in sync. Gold, we just seen pretty much price move sideways. Did see a nice wick to the downside there, a nice big wick, price pull straight back up again. So very textbook here with gold. Price does that a lot. It does, form a lot of these wicks and see price go the other way. You can see here a lot of those wicks there, a big wick there. This essentially could be a wick with that candle there cancelling the other one out. Big wick there as well before the move up. Big wick there before the move down. So we do see a lot of wicks here for gold. It is a very common theme, which is one of the reasons why I do tend to like to enter after I do see those wicks. Getting formed. For me, I'm looking at these levels here. If I go on the daily, probably better to draw the levels in. So yeah, I was waiting for price to come back into these levels here on the daily for buys and sells. Nice area of support there, of course. All these wicks here looking good, so I was waiting for price to push into it. Kind of just missed that area. We can still come back down, of course, but we might push up now since we've had that wick there. And if we do push up, we'll be looking for sells at this level here, 1830 level. Nice resistance all across here, looking to sell that back down. Again, like I said yesterday, won't be too aggressive with these sells with gold, just because I've got that long-term bullish bias. And I think, short-term sells do look good, but they could turn bullish really quickly with gold. It does reverse quite quickly when it wants to. So can short that back down probably into this area here. But if you do come back down into this area, probably could look to hold on to it for the full swing to the upside, maybe even longer if we can get a break of that. And we also got let me draw it with the trendline tool. We've also got this trendline here as well, connecting those wicks. So nice confluence there around 1795. So price can pull back down, respect that area. I think we can see some more upside for gold. Right now, kind of trading between two key areas of support and resistance. So I'm not really too interested in getting in trading in that zone there. I'd rather have that technical advantage at that support or at that resistance. I know false breaks can happen, but I'll be on the lookout for them. But yeah, I'd rather look for buys here and look for sells there than get involved in the price action here. I mean, with that wick there, it does mean that there's a good sign that price could just push to the upside now. But yeah, even that, I wouldn't get involved in. I'll wait for price to get to one of these two levels, monitor price action there, wait for it to turn bearish, and yeah, get into some sells there, because I think gold could be looking good. I mean, right now it's kind of consolidating, so I'm not too sure which way it would break. But if it does break to the upside, sells from 1830, breaks to the downside, buys from 1795. Pound NZD, we saw a nice breakout to the downside, which was expected for this pair. Again, I was looking for the retest, but I did miss that on Monday, I believe. I think it was Monday, did miss that. And yeah, targets for Pound NZD was, well, still is this support down here around the 1.93500 mark. So I can see a bit more downside for Pound NZD. We might go into some retracement mode before, which is a good thing to be fair, because if we do that, it gives us an opportunity to get involved in some sells, take it back down on the lower high, and ride it back down into those lows there. So we'll be looking at that opportunity there for Pound NZD. And Pound AUD as well is also looking quite bearish, breaking through these lows here as well. So that's quite a significant break there for Pound AUD. So now for Pound AUD, I want to see some upside, take it back up again, form a lower high, and then short it back to the downside for Pound AUD. So yeah, looking for those selling opportunities there, and hopefully we could be seeing, not hopefully, but potentially could be seeing, you know, a bigger move to the downside. Because if I zoom out, you can see we've had this massive uptrend. I think it's time to see a bit more downside here, maybe form a higher low and push back up again, but I think I can see a lot more downside coming into play for Pound AUD in the next coming days and weeks. So looking for one more big push back up again. If it comes back into this resistance, that's just great, because now we've got a real nice head and shoulders on the hands here, left shoulder, head, right shoulder, short down. So yeah, that's kind of a long term. I probably don't see that happening for another week, so we'll be, you know, putting that aside, having the back of my head for I'll have it at the back of my head, but you know, the opportunity does look good there for some nice selling opportunities. Euro pound still slowly pushing its way to the upside. Again, like I said, for this one, I'm still bullish here. It hasn't quite pulled back into my area, and price is a little bit choppy, so I've kind of stayed away from Euro pound recently with that price action. If I go in the hourly, you can see we're forming these wicks to the downside. I just don't like the way price is moving, so I haven't really looked to trade it. If it was to come back into here, I'll probably be interested again, but I just don't like how it's moving right now. But yeah, I've still stuck with my buys since last week for Euro pound, and I think we're on our way to the upside, back into the resistance all the way up here around the 0.86500. So again, I'm not too worried about Euro pound, because even if it does have a nice push up and it comes back down again, I will be looking to get back involved into some long. So it can have a breakout to the upside. Yeah, as long as it doesn't get there, I will be looking to get involved on the pullbacks right to the upside, because if I go in the daily, you can see we're above that trend line still. So still holding above that trend line, giving us that sign that price is potentially finally breaking out. Had the false break, but now it looks like it's the true break. And yeah, looking at that big push to the upside now for Euro pound. CHF still all over the place. I hate the price action here. Well, I don't hate is a strong word. I just dislike the price action here. Yeah, I wouldn't say it's consolidation, but it kind of is consolidation. But you know, we do have a slight uptrend here of price trying to push to the upside. So overall, it is moving to the upside, but it's just not the clearest market to trade at all. Yeah, if I was to pick a direction for you, CHF it would be to the upside, but yeah, it's just not a clear pair to trade. Maybe in the higher time frames, like the daily, is a lot better to look to trade this pair, I reckon. On the lower time frames, yeah, it's not really looking good, so I'll probably stay away from this pair anyway. And yeah, look for other clearer pairs, because there are other better pairs out there. Bitcoin, we saw some nice downside as well for this one, struggling to break through this support. And like I said yesterday, if we can break through this support, then I do see a push back to 44k, which is all the way down there. We did see some nice resistance here holding at the start of the week, and we did see some nice downside there for Bitcoin. And I think if we do take out that level, then 44k is the next target, and then if we take out 44k, I do see a pushback down to the 40k all the way down there. So potentially Bitcoin could see a lot more downside, but whether it's going to break for that support, it doesn't really look likely with that momentum. Of course, we still can, but if Bitcoin does hold onto that, I think we'll probably see potentially a pushback up into this level here. Good morning, Namzi. How are you doing? Hope you are doing well, having a great day. Which pairs are you guys looking at? Like I said, the main pairs I'm focusing on is USD CAD for some buys, Eurocad for some buys as well, Euro USD for some sells, and Pound USD as well for some sells as well. Nice head and shoulders could be forming there for Pound USD. So those are the kind of four main pairs I'm looking at. And gold as well, if you can get to one of those two levels, but we still got a lot of price action to get going. I'm catching the beats in the market. What do you mean by that, catching the beats? Okay, I mean, that's okay, man. We all go through drawdown. We all go through drawdown. Yeah, I mean, I think USD is probably trapping a lot of people, to be honest with you, because I think a lot of people will be looking to short. Well, expect USD to go up. So short Euro USD, Pound USD, AUD USD, all those pairs. And yeah, it's done a lot, because yesterday we did see some nice bearishness there from Euro USD, and I was getting excited for some sales as well. But yeah, I just didn't like the price action, so I haven't got in yet. It's a very steep decline in price. So yeah, I was waiting for price to give me a higher low and then get involved, but it hasn't even taken out this prior low here as well, so I haven't got involved. I did say I'm looking for that double top, so price can come up here, respect it again. I will be looking to get into some shorts. Pound USD, another one as well. Myself, I'm looking for that head and shoulders to take it to the downside. AU, some nice downside there, but again, it just looks like another pullback, and then it pushes back up again. So again, if I was you, I'd just wait for price to either take out the prior low, because we've got like this kind of thing happening here in a lot of the USD markets. Wait for price to take out this level here, and then wait for the lower high, and then get involved, because if this doesn't happen here, price could just continue to the upside doing as it does, and that's pretty much happened here for AU. Push, pullback, push, pullback, push, pullback, which is the main reason why I haven't entered in shorts. It does mean that sometimes you don't catch the tops. Well, you don't catch the tops, but it just means that your probability of the trade working out is just overall generally a little bit higher. So yeah, I'll wait for price even at least just form a double top, come back, respect that area again, and then start to sell off, and then look for opportunities from there on. Even that, just waiting for that double top can help not get you into the trades and just trap you every single time, because every time price does push up, a lot of people who just get involved in trading will just short straight away. So push up, short straight away, then good profit, and then reverse it against them. Same thing here, short, good profit, and then reverse it against them. And that happens a lot of the time. Eventually they will be right. Eventually people will be right. It'll push up, short, and then it falls, and then it works for them. And that alone could be a strategy within itself. You just have to manage your risk with it. And you have to understand that you could be wrong, twice, 3 times, even 4, 5 times before you are right, before the market actually does sell off again. So as long as you can understand that, manage your risk, be prepared to take those 3, 4, 5 losses potentially, and understand that when you do have that winner, hopefully the profit from that can outweigh those losses. So that is the strategy with itself. Yeah, I'm not the biggest fan of it, because you're just trying to get the reversal every time, it's just a bit stressful. So I don't like that strategy personally. But yeah, I'll wait for price to either give me at least a double top, respect an area twice at least, just to know that yes, you potentially could be selling off here, and then get involved. So if it does take you out, you had some extra confirmation, and yeah, prices generally continue to the upside, or potentially take out that prior low as well is also a good indication. So that's what I'm waiting for a lot of these pairs here. Euro USD as well, another pair. Pound USD has actually taken out that low. So as you can see here, we have a nice push, pull back, and we've taken out that low. So I'm getting ready to sell Pound USD. Potential head and shoulders here. Also looking at this level here, but it's looking a bit too bullish. I think we'll probably break through. So I'm looking at this level here for head and shoulders, and I will short Pound USD back down again. So at least now, if I'm shorting Pound USD, I've got that extra confirmation. So if we do turn bearish here, see some nice candles like we saw here, I've got that extra confirmation. Not only I've got the candlesticks and the momentum, but also got a potential pattern as well. We've also taken out the previous low, so I've built some nice confluence in my favor. So if price does stop me out, I can be like fair. That's a fair and honest trade there. Confidence will in my direction. My price still wants to push on, which is fine, because the next time if price does push on and give me a similar opportunity to that again, the chance of that trade working out turns quite high. Normally, because it's fell once, and normally when it happens again, normally that is the actual time. So yeah, it's just all about stacking confidence in your favor. Don't make it too easy for price to take you out, and also try and think of what the majority of people are doing as well, and try not to follow that crowd too much, because obviously the majority of people still I wouldn't say failing, because they're not really failing until you give up. Majority of people aren't profitable, so it's best to not trade like them, and trade a little bit more cautiously. So yeah, that's my best tip to you. But we all go through periods of drawdown, no matter how successful you are. You will go through a period of drawdown. So yeah, nothing too much of a big deal, as long as you manage your risk, keep your emotions in check. You should be fine. You should come out of this alive. But yeah, if Pound USD can hold into this resistance here, because they're coming back for the retest now, so if you can hold into this, push down again, that will be a good indication that potentially we might be falling short from this level, might be falling short from that level, or if we do go and break through this and push up into there, then like I said, we'll be looking for shorts up there. But I'm also interested in this level here as well, just in case. So yeah, more focus on Pound USD, but I'm looking at the hourly. That price action does not look great at all. With all those wicks there, big push, I can see a big candle coming through, taking that to the upside. So I don't like that at all, but I will be seeing how this forms on the lower time frames. ADCHF, sure thing. So ADCHF, again, another pair that's flying to the upside here, a big push. Again, for this one, I believe on the daily, we've had quite a strong dump to the downside recently. So yeah, we've been in a really nice downtrend. Again, for this one, I would have a short bias for this one. We're coming back into this support level here. There's obviously support and alternate resistance. Might have a reaction from that. But yeah, the market on the daily is a bearish market. And we're having quite a steep pullback since we had one there, a big dump. We might even be coming up to that resistance there as well. So AU, I'll be looking for shorts. Well, I'd have the short bias for this one anyway. Looking at the higher time frames. But yeah, it's still too bullish for me. I know we've got a bearish candle there, but look at the price action beforehand. You don't really want to be shorting that. I'm not saying it can't come down. It can come down. But yeah, you don't want to be shorting that at all. You want to see price, really come away first, come back, either a lower high or respect that same resistance, come down, then you can take it down in maybe the break of the neckline or something like that, or on the lower high. But yeah, it's still too bullish here for ADCHF. But yeah, I will be looking for shorts for this pair because I do think we could see some nice downside, especially after this long run. I wouldn't look to hold it for too long just because we've had quite a substantial downtrend, and it could be coming up the time for price to reverse to a bullish trend soon. So I don't want to try and stretch the bearish trend where it could be want to have a reversal. But if I was looking for a move, it would be to the downside. But yeah, like I've said previously, AU seen some strength pretty much this morning, and it looks like it's still there. ADJPY, ADCAD, ADUSD. We've seen a lot of strength in the AU recently, and yeah, it's still there, still pushing to the upside. Hence, EURUSD's been falling to the downside. I'm pretty sure, yeah, EURUSD's been falling. Pound AUD's been falling as well, so we're definitely seeing that strength. Don't want to go against that strength just yet. Wait for those indications, then potentially could get involved. Hey William, how are you doing? Oh, that is unfortunate. Yeah, sorry to hear that. That sounds like, yeah, I would hate for that to happen there. I hope it's not a new laptop that you bought recently. But yeah, it looks like William is MIA. I would be asking if you're in any trades or not, but yeah, it doesn't look like you are, so yeah, hope you can get that sorted out and get back in to the game, because we do need your insights here. Yeah, also looking at CAD JPY as well, but yeah, it's just still too bullish. And like I said, we got those news events coming out later today for US dollar CAD, so maybe that could drive CAD down, but we'll see. We will see. I want to get in before that, preferably. Okay. Yeah. That's so just exactly for you on the long term scale. You don't need to trade every day. Okay, yeah, fair enough. Yeah, we would have been in a lockdown, so there's no servicing happening there uh, with anyone's laptop. To be fair. Okay, that's good. Don't have to wait too long. Yeah, that's good. That's good. But yeah, I mean, anyway, you trade in the daily time frame, so yeah, missing 2 or 3 days, even a week, to be fair, is not too detrimental to you, because it does takes time for your trades to form, and also takes time for your trades to play out as well. So that is definitely one of the benefits for trading the higher time frames. Gives you that time to not worry about, okay, I haven't traded today, or I can't look at the markets. It allows you to take your time and give you time to fix your laptops as well. Give you time to fix your laptop. I think pound CHF could be a nice sell coming up soon, but this one's another one of those pairs that I just don't like how it's moving. It's just too choppy for my liking. And yeah, just not a fan of it. It's at a really nice area, which is why I'm interested in it, and that's pretty much the only reason I'm interested in it. We have this massive dump to the downside, and now we pull back into that area, so I'm looking to get involved in some shorts there to short it back down, but yeah, not yet for me. Downtrend, CAD JPY reverses. Where are you talking about, Chia? Are you talking about on the higher time frames on the daily, where we saw the reversal here to the downside? Or are you talking about on the lower time frames? Because this one's still trying to push bullish here, and it doesn't look like it's reversing just yet here. Yeah, I'll wait for a lot more to happen to get that reversal. Even the low time frames as well. It's still looking way too bullish for me. But yeah, it did reverse up there, so yeah, I'm not too sure where you're talking about, Chia. Yeah, that's true. I mean, I don't like using TradingView on my phone. I mean, you can still use it. It's just that in terms of like seeing everything clearly, it's just a little bit harder to use. But if you must take a position, then yeah, phone is always accessible there. But I'm not a big fan of that. Hey Jackson, how are you doing? Good morning. Yeah, I can just do pound USD and gold for you. No worries about that. So yeah, pound USD gold. Looking for sales on pound USD. Looking to take this to the downside here. We've got a nice head and shoulders potentially building up there. So obviously we've got the neckline running through the market here. And looking for a push to the upside back into that area there, with that being the false break. And yeah, if we can push up into that area, we'll look to short price back down again, back to 1.37. So from here back down into that area there, or at least back into the neckline, of course. So yeah, looking for sells for pound USD if price can run to the upside here. It's also stuck at this level here, and which is also a nice level to short from to the downside. Well, first targets being the first target's being this level here, and the next target's being that level down there. But yeah, it has to hang on to that level first, which is doing so far. But yeah, I'll probably need a little bit more than just that bearish candle to confirm that, because we could still push on, and that's just not what I wanted to do. We can still push on and break above this level, and if that's the case, we're coming up here, which is even better, because if you do that, you know, the risk to reward is a lot better to short back down again into these areas there. So I'm looking for shorts for pound USD, not interested in the longs, either from this level here, and if we can hold to that, or that level up there, which is basically that resistance just taken across. So 1.37750, or this level here, 1.37 560-ish. So yeah, I'm expecting more downside for pound USD, looking to short that back down again. And gold for this pair, gold. Yeah, gold for this pair is a little bit choppy. It's moving sideways, so not the biggest fan of the price action here for gold. I'm waiting for price to either come into support or resistance on the higher time frames. If I jump to the daily quickly, you can see we do have this nice range here of support and resistance, and I'm waiting for price to come into one of those two levels to get me involved in the trade, because right now we're trading between two key levels right now of support and resistance, and I want to look for buys here and push back up again, or look for sells up there and sell it back down again. We have this nice trend line here as well, adding us confidence. So that's what I'm looking for gold. I'm not really too interested in the price action in the middle. Of course, there will be some opportunities there, but yeah, I'm just not the biggest fan of that. We had a nice wick to the downside, so potentially price might want to, you know, push to the upside now after that big break to the downside. But yeah, I just wouldn't trade that, because there's no like key area or key level I'm going off from that price is holding or rejecting. So yeah, I wouldn't look too much into that. But if I was to pick a direction, I'll probably favor gold pushing to the upside and then coming back down again. But if you do break to the downside, then, you know, support here 1796 looks good for buys, and 1730 up there looks good for sell. So that's what I'm waiting for gold. Hopefully maybe today or tomorrow, if we've got some nice fundamentals coming in soon, hopefully I can give gold an extra kick either up or down. Maybe we can get some longs here or get some shorts there. But yeah, the price action there is just kind of just moving sideways. You know, if I just draw a box around that price action, we're just moving sideways with a false breakout there. So I'll let price be for me and just wait for a clearer opportunity for some sells or for some buys. So yeah, looking at those two levels there. Longs, yeah, CHFJPY daily, I was just saying that, to be fair, that longs do potentially look good on the daily time frame. On the lower time frames, it's a bit too messy, so I did say on the higher time frames that maybe like the daily would be looking good for some more upside, because like it looks like potentially forming a higher low here in the market. We've got these lows here, price pushing down, and potentially form a higher low, and also this is, you know, put price pushing up past these points, giving us a higher high. So if we keep that up, you know, we could be pushing back to the upside, and I wouldn't put that past CHFJPY, because CHFJPY loves a move to the upside. For this pair, you know, CHF just loves some strength and just sees that. So yeah, I would be favoring more upside, definitely on the daily, coming back into this resistance here, at least to retest it. We might come down, of course, but at least to retest that resistance, and if you can break through that, we might be moving into these highs all the way up there for CHF-JPY. So yeah, I do agree with that one. It's looking good. We might wait for the next daily candles to close, because I'm not really a fan of that closure there. But yeah, I think more upside for CHFGY does look good. Oh, I just hit the mic again, my bad. That's twice in 2 days, that's poor. H4 chair, yeah, I'm not, are you talking about this area here last times? Because yeah, we've hit into that level there, and that could give price a reaction, because we've found support, push up, broke through it, no retest, which is an important aspect. So it's fresh support and resistance, broke through that area, came all the way down, and now, you know, that was our first time retesting that level. So yeah, you're right there. We could see a nice reaction there for CAD JPY. We could see a nice reaction there for CAD JPY, but like I said, price action is definitely above all. You know, price action, then levels, and then, you know, market structure and all of that. And price action right now is just very bullish here. So yes, we're at a nice level, and if price can hold on to this, and then I will be interested in those sells. Like I said, there is room to the upside, so if CAD JPY does push on that, I wouldn't be surprised. But yes, you are right, this is a nice support. That price did reverse through, we broke through and no retest as well, so it is a nice area to focus on for some sells. And yeah, if price action can give us some nice indication that we are coming to the downside, I know we've got a bearish candle there, but you know, we need a lot more than that, especially with all that momentum there to short the pair, especially when we know we're going up against that momentum as well. So yeah, nice area to short from. I have to admit, for CAD JPY, just if that price action can step up, give us a nice indication, and then yeah, I think some downside will be looking good. Okay, yeah, that's very true as well. Yeah, if you just have like mechanical system or something you just need to read to check if, you know, something's matching up or not, then yeah, it does become a lot more simpler. Whereas, you know, I like drawing my stuff out and drawing on the phone, and you know, it's very difficult to draw support and resistance, zoom out, draw trend lines, you know, connect some stuff up. So yeah, it's a lot difficult on the phone for me, but I can imagine using your strategy would be a lot easier to use and a lot clearer as well. Good afternoon, how are you doing? Hope you are doing well. Remember guys, any pairs you're looking at, feel free to share or take a look at what's going on. Yeah, no problem Jackson, happy to help. Yeah, we'll see what's going on, and if you need any trades as well, feel free to share. Like I said, Euro USD, Pound USD are the main pairs I'm looking at for trades, for shorts. CAD JPY, yes, I'm also looking at, but I think that's still got a little bit of a way to go. I'm not even sure we'll get I'm not sure if we'll get an opportunity today, might even be tomorrow. So, you know, I do have one eye on CAD JPY, but you know, it might take some time before giving us a good opportunity there. AU is also looking good, but you know, that probably needs some time to play out as well. Then yeah, USD CAD, if you can, you know, continue that momentum, I think USD CAD that nice area for buys. And if I zoom out quickly, nice trend line going through the market, also some nice support and resistance. And yeah, if you can hold on to that, I can definitely see a bounce back up to 1.27. And Eurocad as well, if you can hold that momentum up, which we're doing so far quite nicely, I can see a push to the upside for this pair as well, back up to 1.5. So yeah, Eurocad a bit choppy, I have to admit, the pair. You know, someone could look at that and just be like, that's consolidating, but for me, I think price is getting ready for a big spring to the upside. You're doing it on your phone right now. I mean, yeah, I mean, when you don't have to draw, you know, too much stuff, you know, it's not too bad on the phone, because you know, if I'm out and about and I want to look at a trade, see how it's going, you know, I will flick onto the chart to see how it looks, and check some things out, but I wouldn't start drawing and you know, doing too much you know, drawing onto it on the phone. I just look to check it. So when it becomes, you know, simpler like that, where you don't have to draw too much things, then yeah, phone can be quite effective, to be fair, and useful if you don't have a laptop as well, because yeah, at least you can check the markets with a phone. But I know some people that would, you know, probably just use their phone altogether and not really use a computer or a laptop. I'm not saying because you know, some people might not be able to afford a computer or a laptop, which is perfectly fine. You have to make do with what you got. But for people that do have, you know, a perfectly working laptop or computer, but you know, they still, you know, just use their phone to draw and analyze things, and just you know, fling on trades whenever they feel like it, I do see a lot of people message me on Instagram, asking me if they need a computer to trade, and I'm like, yeah, it definitely would help. It definitely would help. You don't need a fancy one either, or a really expensive one. Just any makeshift computer would help, just because simply you can see it on a bigger scale, and if you do a lot of technical analysis drawing, you would need a computer to really understand how the market's looking, because phone, it could be slightly skewed, but yeah, for you, William, it's not too bad when you don't have to draw so many things. But for me, yeah, it doesn't go quite nicely. As the USD is another one that I'm looking at, actually, to be fair, because it's a nice downside back into 0.7. Waiting for that higher low to form on the lower time frames, 15-minute to be exact, and then yeah, I think this could be good. I might wait out, because if I do take entity USD, then I won't be taking pound USD. They're both USD pairs. We both do have USD news coming on later today, so I don't want to get involved two USD pairs when we've got some US dollar news. It's either they're both going to take me out, or both going to fly in my direction. But I just don't want to double that risk when there's no need. You can just take one trade and double the risk on that trade. Might as well just do that instead of just taking two. So yeah, we'll be looking at that. But yeah, pound USD, it's got to really hold to that level for me to get involved here. But even if it doesn't, like I said, if it pushes to here, I will still be looking for sells to short this back down again. But like I said, with all that momentum there pushing up, and then now we're just seeing doji, so it's a good sign that price is depleting, but it could be a sign that price is depleting just to shoot back up again. So that's why I'm a bit skeptical getting short on this level, and I'd rather price just break through this, test that, and then short down. And also another reason, risk rewards will be better. But I understand that if price does want to respect this level, it will be some good shorts coming up as well. So we'll be looking at that for pound USD. And it's probably the pair at the top of the list, maybe Eurocad closely behind it. It's looking quite bullish right now. Nice strong reaction from that support. So if price can come up from that higher low, I'll probably look to take the trade there and then. And targets 1.5 all the way up there. Being a bit aggressive with this trade, I have to admit, because that is quite a big push to the upside. That's over 100 pips, almost 120 pips, so a little bit aggressive, but there is reason behind that. Simply because I think we could be in for a reversal here, or at least a push back into this resistance here in the market, because you can see we have this mad downtrend here for Eurocad, and it looks like we are finding a bottom here. As you can see, we've got this support here where prices tested it once, moved sideways for ages, tested again, really nice break to the upside, came all the way back down, formed a higher low, pushed up, and also just about to take out that high as well. So it looks to me that price is wanting to have this reversal here, form these higher lows and higher highs as well. I think at least come back and retest this level here potentially. So I'm looking for a push up, just to push back to 1.5. On the daily, it doesn't look too aggressive. It looks more aggressive on the lower time frames. But yeah, looking to see if we can get that push to the upside for Eurocad. So looking to hold on to this one a little bit more, just because I think I'm with the direction of the trend. And yeah, I think if I do get into a good trade, and the trend does follow through, it can really take me past 1.5, maybe even to 1.51 into these highs here as well. So could even push the trade a little bit more. But yeah, I want to see that higher low form first. We've got some nice momentum there from this support. Come back higher low. We'll look to take that to the upside. Yeah, as well. So yeah, Eurocad and pound USD are probably the pairs I'm focusing on the most. USD CAD, not so much, rather pound USD, but those two I think are the pairs that if I do get into a trade today, it'll probably be one of these two pairs. CAD JPY looks good as well, but yeah, still too bullish, so probably would have to be one of those two pairs, and Euro USD 2 bullish there as well. You can see that's pushing to the upside there as well. Yeah, Euro USD is looking strong here. It is trying to push up. Yeah, we could move to 1.9 potentially. You know, this is the next daily kind of resistance level. 1.9, nice psychological level there as well. So yeah, we could be moving up to 1.9. I'm still looking at getting into sells. The price action is still bullish, so as long as we keep up, because you can see the structure of the market still push, pull back, push, pull back. We're still forming these higher highs, higher lows. So as long as the market does keep up this that structure, you know, we definitely could push up to 1.19 before seeing some downside. I think we can get some downside before that. You know, probably around this area, 1.8500. So we'll be looking at shorts here. But if we do break through 1.18500, then yeah, next level I will be looking at is this 1.19. So yeah, we could be on our way up there. I'll be looking at shorts just slightly below that to see if we can take it down from there. But if price does push through that level and that level fails, then yeah, 1.19 looks very likely at that point. So I will be looking at sales from there as well. I understand it's looking bullish, but you know, my bias is still to the downside, so I'm not gonna look for shorts. I mean, not shorts, sorry, not gonna look for longs because that's my bias. And for my bias to change, it needs to break through this level here. And if it does break through this, we see a mad, you know, break to the upside, I'll just wait for price to come back down. I'll take it back. Oh, that's very poorly drawn. Wait for price to come back down, and then I'll just take it back up again. But for now, it's still to the downside, so I'm looking for those shorts. But I'm aware that we've got that bullish structure, so I'm just going to jump into it and just you know, throw away my money to Euro USD pushing up here. So we'll wait for those opportunities to come, and then yeah, we'll be looking to short down Euro USD back down to 1.17500, which is this level here. 1.17500 and potentially even further, but it's looking like a bullish market here potentially, so I'll be cautious with the shorts for Euro USD just in case we do go through a reversal. Thank you, much appreciated there, William. You do have my back. I do love to see that. I do love to see that. Thank you, bro. Thank you, Chia, as well. Yeah, and thank you to everyone who's liked the stream. That does mean a lot. In fact, it is my birthday today, so I do appreciate that. Maybe you can give an extra like for the birthday. That could be really much appreciated. And also, whilst you're at it, drop a subscribe as well. If you haven't subscribed already, I do live streams every Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, and I also do analysis, recaps, and forecasts on Saturday as well. So, you know, feel free to check that out, guys, and subscribe to the channel. Hit the bell if you don't want to miss the upload. You know, all that good stuff. But yeah, if you have liked the stream, thank you guys, much appreciated there for liking the stream. And yeah, we do have 17 people, so it is showing that the stream is growing. We used to have 2 people, now we've got 17, so that's good. But yeah, these pairs still looking quite bullish here, so definitely going to have to wait for some to happen. I think it might be the news, to be fair, that brings these pairs down. Like I said, if you can get in beforehand, it would be nice, but I'm not too sure. Not too sure at all. No, thanks, guys. Thanks, William. Much appreciated. More green to you as well. Thank you. Thank you, JG, as well. Much appreciated, guys. Much appreciated. yeah, guys, let me know what pairs you're looking at as well. Thank you, Chia. Much appreciated, bro. Much appreciated. Yeah, and thank you to you guys for joining the stream as well. It does mean a lot as well. Just watching the stream does mean a lot. So thanks, guys, for turning up as well. It does mean a lot. It means you're, finding value in the stream at least. So yeah, thanks, guys, for turning up to the stream. But yeah, not too much, guys, happening today. We did see a lot of momentum overnight. I'm not sure if any of you guys are in Asia or Australia, so I'm not sure if you guys are awake overnight. Well, for me anyway, because it wouldn't be nighttime for you, of course. But yeah, most of the momentum came like Asian session, so maybe you might pick up again New York. But yeah, we're not seeing much here. Thank you, Cregan. Thank you so much. Much appreciated, bro. Yeah, thank you everyone for the birthday messages. Do mean a lot. Oh, gee, you're in an Asian country? I had no idea. Actually, no, it does make sense to be fair, because not all the time. You sometimes come late to the stream, and I know that it's not. It's because you are going to bed late or you're waking up early. I'm not too sure which is the one. But yeah, which country? 5:30 p.m. Oh, crazy. What country do you live in? Like 5:30 local time. Yeah, I have no idea. Which country do you live in? Okay, no problem, William. Have a good one. Yeah, I'll see you tomorrow, bro. Yeah, thanks again as well. I reckon it might be Vietnam for you, Chia. Or if you don't want to tell us, you don't have to tell us if you don't want to. But yeah, I really want to go traveling in Asia. So it's definitely a place that I do want to go check out. Angkor Wat temple? Yeah, I have no idea what that temple is. Temple. Mongolia? No, that's crazy. Oh, Cambodia. Yeah, I would never have guessed that. Crazy, Cambodia. Never met anyone from Cambodia. Or much Asian countries, to be fair. Geez, that's some good knowledge there, William. I'm not gonna lie to you. You've done well there. I mean, I don't know if I'm just being a bit stupid, not knowing where that temple is, but yeah, fair play to you. Yeah, see you, William. Have a good one, bro. Guys, I still do have some time left before the stream does end. Stream does end at 12, so if you guys want me to take any looks at any pairs that you guys have in your watch list or looking at trading, feel free to share, drop it down in the chat, and we'll take a look at it together because I might miss some opportunities. You googled it. That's a quick Google there. That's a quick Google. So kudos for the quick Google, because that was very fast. Little like you just pulled that out of your head. Yeah, so I'm looking at pound USD for these shorts, but like I said, yeah, it's just not looking good here on the hourly. 15 minute is looking good, but I hate those candles. I need to stop saying hate. I dislike those candles there. On the hourly, it's giving me vibes that price just wants to push onto the upside, back into these highs here. So yeah, don't want to get caught and pound USD too early. Don't want to have to just take a loss here, just so I can get a nice trade from the downside, and I can just be patient and wait for the opportunity up there and just take that trade to the downside. So that's what I'm looking at for pound USD. We've got some news in about a couple of hours time, so it might push pound USD down or up. Pushes it up, great, into that level. Look for shorts when the news settles, and then take it back down again. If it pushes it down, then well. But if we can hang on to this and maybe push back down one more time back into these lows here, that could give me a nice little sign that price is holding on to it, and that might just about invite me into that trade. I'm not a fan of this price action either. Still giving me vibes that price wants to break through this level, and like I said, if it does, back up there as well, where I'll be looking at. If this kind of does push down, closes at these lows here or around these lows here, then yeah, I'll probably will be getting into it. And like I said, targets would be this area here first. That's the next support around 1.37350, and then 1.37 down there, or just above 1.37, because we do have, just on high time frames, 4H, we do have this support here where we had that false break of, so support, false break, looking for the retest of that support there as well. So pound USD looking good for shorts, but we might be seeing a move to the upside first. So again, guys, if I do get an opportunity, I will let you guys know on my Telegram, so make sure you're check that out at least, or subscribe to it, so you can get notified if I do get something that does look good. So yeah, pound USD could be some nice sells there. I think DXY does head to the upside, then that would help us for pound USD shorts, but I don't control the market, so I'm not too sure if DXY would do that. It's coming back into this area now, and which we have respected previously quite nicely as well. So if we can keep that up, see a nice little push to the upside, that could help pound USD, maybe even Euro USD as well. And if you can break through this neckline here, then yeah, we could see a lot more upside there for the DXY, back up to kind of this resistance here. We've tapped it a few times there, so 93,100 just underneath that area, so we could see that upside for the DXY into that level. And if that happens there for the DXY, a lot of these pairs, Euro USD come down, AUD USD come down, look at our targets around there, and the USD probably come down to our targets 0.7, pound USD into our targets there 1.37. so yeah, we'll be looking at that for pound USD and for the DXY, so we'll see if that happens. But yeah, a strong close there on the hourly chart. Probably not this candle, of course, is looking bearish. I mean, it could flip bullish, of course, to still about 10 minutes left, but maybe the 12 well, for me anyway, the 12 o'clock candle can open bullish and close, nicely, some nice momentum, something like that, then yeah, we could be seeing some really nice momentum to the upside for DXY. Potentially, if we can break through that neckline and back up to the 93,100 area, which will probably help USD CAD out to the upside. Eurocad is still looking quite bullish, so if you can pull back down, it will be looking good for some buys and look to take that to the upside. Hello, D-Love. Yeah, I'll take a look at pound JPY right now. So yeah, pound JPY looking quite bullish here for this pair. Pound USD is a little bit better, so I'll probably, if I was you, look at pound USD a little bit more than pound JPY. But if this is the pay you want to trade, that's completely fine as well. So yeah, pound JPY looks like recently we've just broken through this area here of support and resistance. So you can see support there all across. Broke to the downside, then was used as resistance a few times. So it's either one or two things is happening with pound JPY. It's either we're breaking above this resistance and now we're going to see a breakout to the upside. Price is now retesting that as support, and we can expect more upside here for pound JPY. And I think the next targets will probably be this area here around 152,200. Sorry, so buys would be looking good there for pound JPY if you can hold this as support and you can buy it back up into that area. Or the second thing that could be happening is that we're having a false break of this level. Again, a lot of people will be selling here, so we just simply grab liquidity, break to the downside, and then we could be seeing a nice continuation to the downside. So to know which one is happening, we just have to monitor price action on the retest here. And so far, I've got a 15-minute, we've seen a nice bounce, but not much there. So maybe if we can come back into here, see a nice double bottom, come back up, show some nice momentum, that could be a nice sign for buys on the breakout. Or if we do come back into here, start breaking through, create lower lows and a bit of a downtrend, it might mean that we had that false breakout, price come back down, you can wait for a retest on the flip side of things, and then short it back down again, probably back down into this support here, because we've been showing a lot of respect to this area here. So or maybe this trend line here as well, one of those two areas, either that support or that trend line there. But yeah, either one of those two things are happening right now. And yeah, the only way to find out which way is just monitor price action on the retest, which is happening right now, kind of. So we've had the first bounce. Again, we need a little bit more indication of that we're holding. It looks like price might be coming back down for a second test. So we'll look at that, see if price can hold this as support again. If it does hold it as support and see a nice, excuse me, a nice strong reaction there, then yeah, buys will be looking good. And like I said, targets back at 152,200. But if we do get back below this, this could just be one big false breakout, take out all the people selling at these highs here. And then yeah, on the retest of that, on the underside of things, you can look to short to the downside. Either which way, either buying from that support or selling from the resistance, and just monitor that price action. So yeah, that's what I'll be favoring for pound JPY. I hope that was clear, understand what I'm talking about. If not, just drop it down in the comments saying, yeah, what was that? Can you explain that again? So I'll be happy to do so. Still got another 8 minutes or 10 minutes or so before the stream ends. So yeah, if that was unclear, just let me know. We'll take a look at it again. But yeah, either buys on the break and retest from there. Monitor that double bottom, the 15-minute. I'm not too sure what time frame you look to trade. But the 15-minute looks good for that double bottom, and then yeah, it could take some buys, or like I said, if the false breaks there, sales will be looking good again into around the 151 area. Okay, that's good, that's good. That's glad to hear that it was clear. Okay, so yeah, pound USD seen some downside, but yeah, like I said, need a lot more than that to get me interested in some sells, and then yeah, we'll take it down from there. But yeah, nothing much there. Okay, yeah, if you trade 15-minute, that's good then. So yeah, pound JPY, just look at that 15-minute. If you can get that double bottom in, that would be a nice little buy there. Look to trade to these highs, or you can look to trade to these highs depending, you know, what your risk to reward is you're looking for. If you're really looking to push the trade, or you're just looking to catch a few pips, then yeah, you can either look at those highs or maybe up there as well. And on the flip side as well, you can just sell back down into that trend line, or the support there is probably what I would choose. Yes, I will be waiting for a pullback there on Eurocad for a higher low. Probably want to see a bit more upside first though, maybe come back into that resistance there, come from the higher low, and I'll look to take it to the upside. And then yeah, if I get an opportunity, I'll let you guys know on the Telegram. And also pound USD as well, if you can keep up that bearish, which it doesn't like price is doing. And like I did say, you know, that price action, you know, is giving me very, very bullish vibes. And it looks like it's going to break through that resistance anyway, especially with those candlesticks forming on the hourly. You know, all that momentum there, and then doji, wicks either side, all that indecision. Normally price is building up for another big burst to the upside. So, you know, like I said, even if we do break through here, you know, this is the area that I was favoring at the start anyway for price to come into. So if you can break to the upside, come retest this area, reject that, we'll get some shorts, take it back down to 1.3750, which is that support, and then into 1.37 down there. So that's what I'll be looking for pound USD. Of course, we haven't broken through that resistance there yet, but you know, it looks like we're going to, yeah, big push there. Wow, really pushing to the upside there, pound USD. Let's take a look at the DXY. DXY, not much there, still holding on to that support if we can hold on to it. I think it might just be some strength in the pound really. Euro USD, what are you doing? Still pushing up, yeah, so yeah, pound USD is just breaking through that resistance, which was expected. So yeah, we'll be looking at shorts up here to take it to the downside. And yeah, hopefully can get pushed back down to 1.37, maybe even further as well. No problem, Amzi. Thank you for joining the stream. Thank you for everyone for joining the stream as well. Much appreciated, guys. But yeah, we are coming into the end of the stream, so I will do a quick breakdown on some of the pairs that I'm looking at, pairs on my watch list. And yeah, see if we've got any good trades coming later. I do have to tell you guys, we do have the news coming up, so please be aware of that, because I do know sometimes these news events can have bad effects, and especially when you don't manage your risk well, or you get a big size trade on with no stop loss. It can get ugly very, very quickly, so make sure you are being careful out there, guys. You can really lose a lot of money out here, so make sure you're being careful with that, guys. We do have some US dollar news coming out in about an hour's time, hour 50 minutes, and then some more news coming out a little bit later than that as well, so make sure you're aware of that. But yeah, pound USD, like I'm saying, I'm looking for the shorts around this area here, take it to the 1.37 down there, looking for that head and shoulders. And yeah, if we can get some nice rejection, I will let you guys know. Might not even happen till tomorrow morning anyway, so I could be looking at this area in the stream with you guys tomorrow. We'll see what happens. And yeah, looking for shorts there for pound USD. What else? Euro USD as well, looking for that double top. If you can run our journey back up again there, reject that, and then short that back down on that double top. We'll be looking at those shorts. But yeah, Euro USD is still bullish, so I will be a little bit careful there, because we could just break through. We do have that target up there potentially. But yeah, if we can reject that really well, I will look to get some shorts and take it back down, but nothing there yet. Eurocad, another pair that I am focusing on a lot. See if we can get price just to push up a little bit more, come back down higher low, and then yeah, we'll be looking to take this trade back up to 1.5 up there, maybe even 1.51, which is here. So yeah, a lot of room to the upside for Eurocad. Yeah, getting ready for those buys there for Eurocad. USD CAD as well, not as clean as Eurocad or pound USD, but another pair that will at a really nice area where we could be getting a bounce from. You can see you've got this trend line running through the market, and also this support and resistance level there as well, and psychological level there as well. So if you can hold on to that, I can see some nice upside there for USD CAD back into 1.27. And yeah, maybe even further than that as well. But yeah, looking for those buys, but we do have to wait for those confirmation. You can see on the 4H time frame, we have this big 4H candle there, big bearish candle coming to the downside. So doesn't fill me with too much confidence looking for buys unless I see another big bullish candle pushing back up in the opposite direction. So we'll be aware of that for USD CAD. So if we can get some more rejection going through here, that would be nice. Maybe a higher low, that would be great, and I'll let you know if we get anything. But yeah, a little bit too early for me for USD CAD buys, but definitely a pair to watch out for if we can hold on to this trend line and hold on to that support as well. And like always for gold, still waiting for price to come into one of those two levels there. Comes back into the support here, great for buys, 1796. Also got the confluence of the trend line as well. And lastly, you can get a push into 1930, depending which way we break out of this consolidation. That will be some nice for some sells as well. So looking at those two levels, sells there, buys there, and just seeing which way price will push through first. Don't really care too much which way. Just want to see what type of price action we can get. But yeah, guys, that is the end of the live stream. Yeah, thank you, Chia. Hope you all have a good day, and I hope I see you guys again tomorrow. Again, live stream 10 a.m. GMT to 12 p.m. GMT. I hope I see you guys there tomorrow. But thanks again for joining the live stream. If you haven't already, leave a like on the video. That is all appreciated, and subscribe to the channel, join the family. All of that good stuff there. But I hope I see you guys again tomorrow, and if not, have a great week. So see you on the flip side, guys.